So y'all keep calling me a fake Rastafarian. So you know what? I'm gonna go through. What is the process for what is going to be my process for becoming? I'm already a Rastafarian, but this whole concept of being identified as a Rastafarian for the sanctuary piece. Because I just can't say I'm a Rastafarian. I would need something to say if I'm getting sanctuary.
Well, the thing is, being Rasta is it's not a training that you go through. It's a natural occurrence.
So it's not like a baptism?
None of that. It's basically you recognizing your oneness with nature and that God is in everything. In you, Yah is in you. He's the creator, she's the creator. That's why we say His Majesty and Her Majesty, because they were crowned at the same time. He made sure of that, even though that wasn't the normal practice. He's the reformer. And so he was bringing forward that ancient tradition where the man and the woman ruled together. So the priests and them were upset at it, but he demanded as the king that she shared in the glory with him. So being a Rasta is basically, it's not even, you don't even have to say you know Haile Selassie. You could just be someone living naturally. And then when you meet up on me and I tell you about the king, you say, boy, I was just living that life. I didn't even know, this meant being any of that. So being Ethiopian, being natural is what? It's called Aito, right? And this woman is behind you. You do know you're being videoed, right? You do know you're being videoed, right?
It's all good. You're being recorded. Now I know how it feels. Now I know how it feels because I'm recording all the time, so I'm getting my own medicine.
So,
but back to that's a distraction.
So being a Rasta is not.
And I want you to, this is going to be very informative to the people who actually one day see this. It's explained. I am a Rasta. Born and raised, true and true. And the people who don't know what Rasta is, you ain't no Rasta. I'm like, oh, you smoke weed. Like, that's not even what it's about. When you see me outside, why am I here? I'm out here in the sea that belongs to me. I appreciate Mother Nature and Father Time. That's who I answer to. I don't answer to anything that man created. Nothing. If man created it, then it can't be good for me.
Well, the thing is this, right? Depends on which man, right? Because we created a lot, invented most of the good stuff. So we know the GMO and the crazy stuff that's now there. We know the mankind, the kind of a man did that. So man makes what is good and mankind makes right. But what I'm saying is there is some principles in the Rastafari movement that is upheld. You can't eat dead flesh. Right. But you have Rasta sect who eat fish.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm being totally clear with you.
So is that because fish is not really flesh? Is that because that's not considered
fish
flesh?
Is flesh. Fish is flesh. All living things like that are flesh. Animals are flesh, right? Whatever. Even a cricket is still flesh.
So why do you think you accept it? What's your stake on the fish? Do you eat fish?
No.
Okay.
I'm totally, Ito. You gotta be idle to be the chief. You can't be swaying. You gotta stick with the old stuff to be the chief. So the original trot of Rasta was to leave all dead flesh alone and be pure Ito. I'm working on what is called Sankofa to Ito right now because I want my people to return and fetch that ancient tradition. And what takes place is, I did see you, Sankofa. So I'm working on that process of trying to regain the Rasta movement into what we were before convenience. A lot of convenience took over. For instance, we didn't have light, but we were in the bush.
Bushman.
Right? Yeah, and we didn't have the electrical light then. and we didn't have running water in a pipe, so we had to go to the spring. What is happening is a lot of Rastas are falling victim to the city life, to the conveniences of Babylon. That removes your idleness, and so that is something I'm trying to, propagate to the movement again. That in order to return to our genuine selves and have our power, we're gonna have to return to idle, because it's going to separate the real from the phony. Because nothing of them go, I ain't gonna do that shit. But that's the original order. So if you're not willing to roll with the original order, and I'm not rushing people, I'm not saying you have to do it tomorrow. You could have the intention to say, I'm gonna let go fish eventually. You're still a Rasta to me, because the 12 tribes of Israel, they're eating their fish, right?
Yeah. They were fishermen.
Right. Then you have those look, everybody wants to video me and me. That's crazy.
We're the only ones on the beach. We're the only genuine these people on the beach.
So the 12 tribes, they eat fish. Then you have the Bubble Shanti that don't even eat grapes. They don't eat anything on the vine, pumpkin, none of that.
Wow.
Bubble Shanti is not supposed to eat.
So we need to explain what that is. Like, what is the bubble?
Well, that's
is this a bubble shanty right there? Just if for intents of all purposes.
I would never do that, because I wouldn't want the bubble shanty them to say, see, if you know that damn man, why you make that man a bubble?
I know.
Right. That would mash up my life.
Right.
They would come at me, meaning on the net. So